Hello, this is BC coming at you from the studio. Today I want to go over a topic that it seems like not a lot of people want to go over. And the people that are bringing this topic to light are kind of doing it just to try to prove a point, or more of like an insulting way. So I'd like to bring it up as more of a question, or more of maybe some advice. I'm sure a lot of you have turned on the news and have seen all these different rallies, Trump rallies, Clinton rallies, and protesters. But in reality, what point is being made by protesting in that way and looking like an idiot? You know, you've got blacks versus whites screaming and yelling at each other, trying to prove their point, trying to say, I'm black, give me this, I'm that. Or we're white, we support Trump because of this and because of that. But in reality, everybody, I think, just needs to take a step back and look at the picture as a whole. Whether Trump is in office, whether Hillary is in office, it just seems like both parties and their followers are just in it to see what they can get out of it. Instead, why don't you just take a step back? The judicial system, the political system, they're going to do what they're going to do, regardless. And it's sad to say, and it's sad that we've declined morally, and the decay of our moral society has it's just gone down the drain. But instead of pointing the finger at each other, instead of screaming and beating each other up at rallies, I think we're at a point now where we need to come together. We need to come together and form something greater than. Instead of being a lost sheep following this person or following that person, I think that we just need to come together and create our own system. In that sense, just too many people are in it for themselves. Whether you're black and you are too proud to work for the white man, or whether you're white and too proud to work for the black man, money is money. Money does not discriminate. Business does not discriminate. And we want to worry about all of our problems, and we're too busy renaming streets after black militants, and then we're too busy then now arguing about it and trying to change it back, when that's exactly what they're trying to get us to do. They're trying to get us to divide. They're trying to get us to go against each other. And then what happens is they want to send a political savior in office to make all these different promises as to how we're going to fix this, how we're going to fix this racial war, how we're going to fix this, these biased groups. And in reality, if you just take a step back and look at the progression or the decline of progression that has been made, we're more diverse than ever. But with that, we're more divided than ever. Instead of just coming together and realizing, look, I'm going to put our differences to the side. I'm going to put our political stand view to the side, and I want to focus on what we can do together to build a strong economic structure that's going to benefit us. Because what's going to happen is we're just following the bait on the end of the stick, and we're in a sense, as much as I hate to say it, but we're leading ourselves to our own execution. We just need to take a step back. We need to review and view everything that's going on, and realize, look, this is not right. Instead of beating each other up at these rallies, which is exactly what they want you to do, take a step back and say, look, okay, what are we as a whole going to do to benefit each other? Instead of worrying about the wrong things, instead of holding black power rallies, and instead of holding KKK meetings and segregating each other, why don't we just come together just for once and benefit each other, provide ways that we can help each other, provide jobs for each other, provide help for each other, because I do believe that help goes a long way. So instead of worrying about me, give me, why don't we just take a step back and say, you know what can I give? If I don't have money to give, maybe I can give my time to help somebody. Maybe I can give my resources. Maybe I can give my advice. instead of just worrying about what the next man can give to you. And that goes for both parties. That goes for both whites, blacks, Indian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever you want to go. That goes for everyone. We need to come together. We need to stop taking the bait as a whole and falling into the traps that I believe our government and our economical system has created for us, and just take a step back and realize and assess the situation and see what's going on. I feel like everybody's way too deep in it now, but instead just take a step back, review what's going on. If you were wrong in a sense, have the courage, be a man and say, you know what, I was wrong about that. I apologize, can we move forward? Or if you feel like something is not right, say, hey, I believe you have done me wrong. Is there a way that maybe we can resolve this so that we can move forward together, instead of trying to prove our point through violence, instead of trying to prove our point by beating each other up, by shooting each other, by just belittling each other and telling everybody how dumb they are for voting for this person or how dumb you are for voting this person. If you don't realize, and as much as a lot of people will hate to say this, but as a whole, we are greater than. And I'm going to leave it at that. There are more people, there are more civilians, there are more people in this country than ... And I'll leave that for you to fill in the blanks, but we just need to come together. And that's kind of what this whole deal is about. I'm trying to promote that. I'm trying to get everybody to see, look, who cares right now who's in the office? The political system is so far corrupt, so far out there, so far in left field. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get us to follow this person or follow that person. And that's exactly what's going to happen. This group is going to follow this person. This group is going to follow that person. We're going to be so far divided that we're not going to want anything to do with this group, and this group isn't going to want anything to do with this group. And then before you know it, they're belittling each other, they're bashing each other, they're beating each other up, they're shooting each other in the streets. Instead, just stop. Say, you know what? I'm not going to be a follower. I'm going to be a leader. And I believe we need a lot more leaders. Say, you know what? I'm not going to follow this person's view. I'm not going to follow this person's view. I'm going to follow what I feel is right within me. And instead of being brainwashed and manipulated by the system, you just need to step out of the system and realize, okay, what can I do that's going to better my family, that's going to better myself, and in the process, what can I do that's going to better you? And that's the art of negotiation as well. Instead of just worrying about what's in it for you, negotiate with the other party and say, okay, look, this is what I need, and this is what you need. How can we make this happen? How can I get what I need, and how can I provide you with what you need at the same time? And that's what negotiation is. And at that point, you're not looking at differences. You're not looking at skin color. You're not looking at religion. You're looking at your need and what you feel is right within yourself on how to progress. And in the process of doing so, you're helping that other party, that other individual, and that other family progress as well. But it starts with you. It starts with how you feel. It starts with you being the man. It starts with you being the woman. It starts with you being the leader and saying, I've had enough. The world, it's going to do what it's going to do. There are powerhouse political leaders, and they're going to do what they're going to do. They're being driven by money. They're being driven by politics. They're being driven by the next person. But in reality, if you just take a step back and realize they're going to do what they're going to do, so what can I do to better my inner circle, and to better my neighbor, and to better and to better my family and anybody that you come across? Because if this person helps this person, maybe that person can help 5 people, and that 5 people can help 20 people. And that's where the pyramid effect takes place. It just takes that one person, though, to step outside of the crowd and say, look, I've had enough. This is enough. This is absurd. This is ridiculous. We're making a big deal out of things that in reality don't really matter. And I remember a time where here in Palm Beach, they changed the name of a street, and before you know it, this other party went up in arms, went up in flames, and it turned into this huge, long argument and debate and problems. But if you just take a step back and think about it, what relevance does changing the name of a street have to do with feeding your children? or have to do with providing money in your bank account or building your business. But that's where we've fallen so deep into the trap that we're focusing on the wrong things. We're focusing on things that aren't really relevant to us. Yeah, it's a pride issue. It's a matter of, look what I can do. But look what you can do didn't put food in my mouth, didn't put food on the table, didn't put food or milk in my baby's bottle. By you doing something like that just to raise animosity between people did absolutely nothing but create an argument and a dispute and take the focus off of our real problems. So I just think that we need to step back and reassess who we are and to reassess society as a whole and realize, you know what? Maybe that's right. You know, and be a bigger person. Say, you know what, I apologize for letting my pride get in the way. But let's put that behind us. Let's take a step forward and realize what we can do to help each other. And then you will be part of what I believe an elite group. Because it takes the right kind of person to be able to step out and to say, wow, I've been looking at it all wrong. I apologize for setting the example that I set for you. I apologize for creating an issue that didn't need to be created just so I have a story to tell about what I did or what I can do or what kind of power I have or what kind of pull I have. Because really, it doesn't matter, honestly. It really doesn't matter. You can rename, you can write a name on the front of your house and say, look what I did. I was able to do this. Or change the name of a street or make a holiday or whatever it is. But what good is that going to do right now? Our priorities are so flawed right now that we're going to get to a point of no return. And we're looking like that right now. We're looking at a generation that isn't going to know what's right and what's wrong. We're looking at a generation of followers, not leaders. We're looking at a generation where you can turn on social media and just because social media likes Trump or hates Trump or likes Hillary or hates Hillary or Bernie or whoever, oh wow, Trump got more likes, I'm voting for him. Oh look, Hillary, she's got more likes, I'm voting for her. Oh wow, that was a funny meme about Trump. He looks like an idiot, I'm definitely not voting for him. Oh, look at Hillary. I can't believe they made her look like a duck. Yeah, I'm not voting for her. And that's what our next generation is going to be. Our next generation is going to vote based upon how many likes that candidate has on Facebook. Instead of realizing the views and where they're going and what they plan for this nation, they're looking at social media. And sure, the older generation can see that and they're looking at the views and the viewpoint. But what are you doing for the next generation, for your children? How are you teaching them what to look for? All they do is when they turn on the TV, they're just looking at, wow, more people got beat up at a Trump rally than they did at Hillary Clinton's rally. I think that's pretty cool. I'm voting for him. Or wow, Hillary was able to insult so many people and she looked, she everybody went laughing. She seems like a really fun president. I'm going to vote for her. What is this next generation going to do? It starts with you. It starts with this generation right now. And old timers, it starts with you. Instill the values that you've learned and give them and pass them down. Don't say, wow, you know what? This world is changing and we just have to go along with it. No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe just because this world is changing and everybody's corrupt that we have to go along with it. I don't believe that's American. So if one individual decides to shoot up an entire building, oh, this is just it's just this world is changing. It's changing and there's really nothing we can do about it. Yeah, there is something you can do about it. Because people look up to people and people watch people whether you know it or not. And it's up to you to set the example for our younger people. It's up to you to let them know, look at somebody's values, look at somebody's character. Character is what makes a man do right when it is easier to do wrong. Look at the character of an individual. Base your opinion on that. We all just need to come together, and we all just need to set the example. And I believe that if we all did that, or even if a small elite group decided to just take a step back, I strongly believe that we can get somewhere with our future and our children.